locker room after a walk-off win. You've been in the league for a while, but I imagine those don't get old. What was that like for you, that experience?
Awesome. Any locker room after a victory is the best. That's why you play the game. There's nothing that beats that feeling. I don't really know other way to put it other than that is literally the reason why we play the game, is to be in the locker room with those guys that you work with every day, and finally getting to get a win was special.
When was the last time your teammates first splashed water at you like that?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. That might be the first that I got water.
Like, don't get the game ball wet?
No, that's just a possession. Who cares? The feeling is what you can't substitute. Yeah, Jake has done that. I think every time I've kicked a game winner, he goes and gets it just for sentimental value, I guess. But it's cool. It's cool that he cares. He knows. I like that.
What's that relationship like between you two?
Great. We're friends off the field. Same with Brian. Just great guys to be around. Keep you level-headed. And so they understand, they get it. They know what this is all about. They're in the business. And so having guys that are like that, and really all our teammates, I think we have a really close locker room. Everyone gets along well, and I think that's part of being a successful team, is having the chemistry between everybody.
And staying level-headed, what is easier to put in the rearview mirror, a bad game or an exhilarating win, game-winning kick game?
I think that's a very good question. I don't really know. I would say, the misses stay with you longer, but the good kicks it's a struggle to move past those as well, because this week none of that stuff matters. It's a completely new week, completely new kicks that are upcoming, and so I'd say they're both tough to put in the past. It's just something you got to do.
Even if you don't want to celebrate too long, what does it mean that after a week when you were talking about how you struggled, you were able to be there for the team and contribute in that way?
I mean, that's the nature of being a kicker. Whether you make kicks or you miss kicks, you got to go on to the next one. The next kick is always the most important kick, and so that's the nature of the business.
How early in your career did you become good at that?
I don't really know. I don't know if I am good at it, to be honest with you. It's just what you have to do. I don't think I've practiced it. It's the way it is, and I wish I had a better answer for you. I don't really know.
Not necessarily specific to this past game, but from the outside there was a lot of intrigue about the way the final 30 seconds or whatever played out until they called the kicking team on. In those scenarios, you've obviously hit a lot of in-game kicks in your life. What's in your head when the team takes the ball in a situation like that and it's driving? I mean, how close of attention are you paying to everything that happens until you go out there?
Yeah, me personally, as soon as you get the ball in an end-of-game scenario like that, no matter where you're at, I tell myself, hey, we're going to have to kick a field goal here. That way, there's no surprises or anything else. If we score a touchdown, that's fantastic, way easier. But mentally, you just tell yourself, all right, it's going to come down to this. So that way, when it does, you're well prepared.
How much does your being routine dictate when you talk to Rollins? Hey, we're going this direction, I'm good anyway. But the other way, I don't know, I struggle. Does that even matter to you once the game starts?
Nope, not at all. Just because you have a bad warm-up doesn't mean you can't have a great game. I've had terrible warm-ups and had great games, and vice versa. And so what you can do, I think, determines what will happen in the game, regardless of that pregame.
How much does wind matter? It obviously influences the ball to some degree, but how much is it in your consciousness? Pregame, are you really trying to get a feel for it before you step on the field? Are you thinking about it, or just what's that like for a kicker?
Yeah, that will always, kind of like what I was saying over here, is when there is heavy winds, that will be predicated on, hey, how far can we go? But when you're in a stadium like that, when there's just a little bit of wind, that's not going to affect it. But if there's heavy winds, then you'll figure that out in warm-ups, and then there will be a line. But me personally, I don't set the lines. I just say, kick it from wherever because I don't care.